Perfect. So good morning or good afternoon. This is the Antrea community meeting, and today is Tuesday, July the 6th. Or if you're joining the US, it's July the 5th. But since it's a public holiday in the US, there is no one joining us from there. So today is only July the 6th. And this is going to be, let's say, a shorter meeting likely, as we don't have any attendee from the US being a public holiday there. And also we don't have any topic which has been booked in advance for the agenda. Therefore, for today, it's pretty much open discussion. If you have anything to propose, anything to discuss, anything that's bothering you, please go ahead. There is a silence. I'm just curious if there's been any follow-up discussion to the multicast conversation we had a few weeks ago. But I don't think that the people that presented the multicast are here. Okay. Is there any bug that you would like to discuss? I was just looking. Okay, thanks, Chan. I was just looking at this at an issue that Jay shared over the Slack channel, over the Slack community Slack channel on Sunday, and it seems that we have never validated kind of Antrea with multiple NICs, which seems a little bit strange. It seems that if you have multiple NICs or nodes, the actual gateway might not match the IP address reported by the kubelet. Is that correct?
Yes, I think so. I think currently the only way to make Windows traffic work is to guarantee that the node IP, the interface that has the node IP is the same interface that has the default route.
Yeah.
I had a brief discussion with Wenyin this morning a few hours ago, and we are considering that maybe it's possible to decouple this logic that and let the user to specify interface that could be used for data pass. So all external traffic and all encapsulation traffic can go that data link, and that data link can be different from the device that has the node IP.
Yeah.
Do you guys think this makes sense?
No, it makes sense to me. But my curiosity is that whether this is this applies to Windows only, or does it apply to Linux as well?
Yeah, that's a good question. We also discussed this and think this applies to Linux as well. Because even for now, when I wanted to test Linux performance, I had to make the device that has higher bandwidth to hold the node IP. So it's very inconvenient to test performance to switching the node IP.
That's right.
Because I had two interfaces. One is the default and it can be reachable from my laptop, but it has a lower bandwidth. And another one is in a private network. It has higher bandwidth, but since it cannot be reachable by default, it makes me have to make some configuration to use that IP for Kubernetes control plane. Yeah.
Understood. Okay, so thanks for the clarification here. There was another thing that that I wanted to bring up today, and it's Kobe's work on the node IPAM integrated node IPAM controller. Kobe, what's the current status of your PR?
I think I've addressed all the comments which we had on that PR, and I was doing some testing on it like a week ago, which, as far as I recall, because since then I had an OpenStack break, seems to look okay.
Okay, but you are you testing it with like a standard Kubernetes environment, or are you able to test it also with an OpenShift environment?
I didn't test it with OpenShift.
Okay, that's
So,
good to know.
Maybe it is worthwhile to give it a try with OpenShift.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, nothing should change because the controller the controller should behave in the same way. It's just that the reason why that PR has become important is that we have been pinged on the community channel by some community members that are trying to install, I don't know if OpenShift or OKD with Antrea, and since OpenShift version 4.6. They have disabled the node IBAM controller in Kube Controller Manager, which means that the only way for making Antrea work is to go to OpenShift before it deploys the cluster and tweak the bootstrap node to re-enable the node IBAM controller, and then Antrea deployment can proceed. Obviously, this is less than ideal because OpenShift deployment is supposed to be fully automated, and instead you need this you need to go and do this hack. So that's why that PR is kind of important at the moment. Okay, so it's good that all the comments have been addressed, and yeah, and then eventually we need to have I think eventually kind of quite soon we will probably need to have a conversation also about adding OpenShift to our CI upstream CI pipelines, which, to be honest with you, I don't know how that. I mean, I know how that works technically. I don't know if we need to deploy OKD or if we need to get some, some account from Red Hat for deploying OpenShift, because clearly it's not free and open source.
Do we run OpenShift with NCP?
NCP? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we just need to run OpenShift with Antrea.
No, I said that if we do that with NCP, maybe we can do the same thing. But
maybe NCP, NCP is a completely different matter because it's like it's corporate product. We are just talking about purely open source stuff.
Yeah.
If we put if we put something upstream, we need to have a license, and we should not use the ones that are used for corporate purposes.
Yeah,
anyway, so we will try and address this one as well. And perfect. So just out of curiosity, has anyone ever tried to deploy OKD with Antrea? I mean, probably not. Probably not. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, so that's all about this PR. So if you have some time, please have a look also at Kobe's PR so that we can try and get it in the next Antrea release. And I believe that that is all that I had on my agenda for today. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss? Waiting 15 seconds. Perfect. It seems that there are no additional topics. So as anticipated, this one is going to be a shorter meeting. So I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. And as usual, thanks for all your contributions. And say that I think this meeting is over. So I'm going to stop the recording. Thanks again for joining, and talk to you again in 2 weeks' time.